We start at 5 o'clock, though, with 5 years in prison. The sentence handed down today for the highest-ranking paramedic involved in the death of Elijah McClain.
Peter Cichuniec was sentenced today for his role in McClain's death in 2019. 9 News reporter Kevin Vaughn is outside the Adams County Courthouse. And Kevin, this sentence was much longer than the sentence for one of the police officers.
It was, Anusha, and here's why. Cichuniec was convicted of the most serious charge of any of the 3 first responders who were found guilty in this incident. For about 2 hours, more than 100 people packed into a courtroom heard emotional testimony from Cichuniec's family, friends, and former colleagues, testimonials about his character. His wife noted the way he supported her as she was treated for cancer. And then Judge Mark Warner heard from Cichuniec himself and from Elijah McClain's mother, Shaneen.
I wish more than anything that we had a better outcome that night. If I could go back and make changes that I knew would save Elijah's life, I would.
Elijah McClain is not Peter's failure. Peter is the cause of his own demise. You are a local hero no more. Next time, think for yourself and don't follow the directions from a crowd of cowards. That was not exceptional work. Divine justice for my son, Elijah McClain.
The 5-year sentence for Peter Cichuniec was the mandatory minimum for second-degree assault. He does have the option to ask this judge to reconsider that sentence after he's served about 4 months. We should note there's one other person still awaiting sentencing, paramedic Jeremy Cooper, who actually injected the ketamine into Elijah McClain, faces anywhere from probation to 3 years in prison. He's set to be sentenced April 26th. We're going to go now to my colleague Alex Lewis. Alex?
Yeah, Kevin, as you, I know you probably felt it, I know I did inside the courtroom today when we finally heard from Shaneen McClain. Her anger and frustrations were absolutely palpable when it was her time to give her victim impact statement. After hearing from 7 character witnesses from Peter Cichuniec, one person after another talking about his selfless character, I think that really hit home for Shaneen, because one of the first things she said, you just heard actually, where she said, "You are a hero no more." And that felt like a direct response to the statement that he gave, in which honestly he spent very little time apologizing and showing remorse, talking directly to Shaneen, but he spent a lot of time talking about his own character, talking about the accolades that he received in his 18-year-long paramedic career. After sentencing, the judge handed down, of course, the most lenient sentence he could today. Shaneen spoke to me one-on-one, and that's when that kind of hard demeanor of today in court really started to fade, and the only thing that was left was really the unbearable sadness of a mom who has lost her son in a brutal way.
I'm just so glad it's over. I can't even imagine what Elijah experienced, you know? I can't even imagine. So I'm just glad this part's over.
And her speaking about this particular part being over is difficult in itself, because there is still one more hearing left, like Kevin was talking about. I think that even kind of boggles the mind a bit. We thought that they would do the Cichuniec and Cooper sentence together today, but that did not happen. So Shaneen has to face yet one more sentencing coming up in April, in which she has to give her 3rd and final impact statement. She said this has been probably the hardest part of these 3 trials and this entire process to date, and she will do it one more time.
Sadly, she has been there all along the way. Thanks, Alex.